They're 40-year-olds. They're not young royals.
Well, and
they're different now. The vibe is different.
Faster around Montecito say the mood has shifted. The smiles, Instagram perfect, but stiff. The hand-holding, more PR synergy than soulmates. Insiders say Harry and Meghan feel it too. Spotify dumped Archetypes, their Netflix deal is stalling, and Invictus buzz just isn't breaking through. Then came the pivot. Meghan signs with Hollywood mega agent Ari Emanuel, solo photo ops ramp up, and Harry's suddenly popping up at UK events, alone. Oh, and those bedtime diary entries to Archie and Lili? Let's be real, it's not for scrapbooking, it's content in waiting. Something's off, and baby, this isn't rebranding, it's survival mode. Rewind, if you will, to 2018. The world was enchanted. A ginger prince marries the dazzling American actress. Cue the carriage, the tiara, the gospel choir. Diana's son found his fairy tale ending. They were modern royalty, woke, warm, and winning hearts from Westminster to WeHo. Vogue covers, Oprah interviews, a 100 million Netflix deal. The Sussexes were going to save the monarchy or burn it down trying. And now they're struggling to save face.
They are practically limping over the finish line, waiting for this contract to expire. Megflix, as of September, will be no more. Whilst they will keep Meghan on their books, I think that's more to do with that they are just waiting tick-tock for the divorce announcement.
But behind the castle gates, or rather the wrought iron of their Montecito mansion, things weren't quite so glossy. Remember that media blitz, the spiritual healing retreats, the very public private jet trips? Sources say the couple was battling burnout, disagreement over strategy, and a little thing called narrative fatigue. Meghan's inner circle allegedly pushed for A-list visibility. Think Oscars, fashion lines, lifestyle empires. Harry, word is he wanted relevance, legacy, a version of Invictus, but make it viral. Let's just say dueling diaries, folks, and the pens were sharp.
Harry did have fears that he might, become irrelevant into his 50s, and they're making a huge noise at the moment.
Then came the flops. Spotify axed. Meghan's Archetypes podcast fizzled out faster than a Buckingham balcony wave. One Spotify exec even called them grifters, not behind closed doors, but in an actual interview. Subtle. Their Netflix docuseries pulled in the clicks, but not the credibility. Critics labeled it grievance TV, and even the fans got fatigue. It was more eye rolls than Emmy buzz. And that $100 million deal? Let's just say Netflix seems more interested in actual content creators now.
He then sold a story on the Queen the next day. He appeared on the Today Show talking to Hoda rather than about the Invictus Games, about his grandmother, telling the world that the Queen was not being looked after properly. She had people around her and it was only Harry that she would listen to that could protect her.
Meanwhile, the public moved on. Swifties were in their billionaire era, Barbie was running the world, and the Sussexes were bottling jam. That's right, Meghan's big comeback? Homegrown strawberry preserves with branding so tightly controlled, it reportedly comes with a non-disclosure agreement. We've gone from royal wave to royal marmalade. Children's books, chicken coops, podcast ghosts? This isn't a brand. It's a Pinterest board with a panic attack. And Harry? He's showing up solo, looking less like a prince and more like your recently divorced cousin trying out CrossFit. The hairline's on a farewell tour, and let's be honest, the only thing receding faster is the bank account. Private jets, Montecito security, and a mortgage that screams, please keep streaming, all while the deals dry up and the goodwill runs out. Once upon a time, they were Sussex Royal. Now, just H&M, high drama, low ROI. The crown was heavy, but irrelevance, that's crushing.
She's writing a diary entry every night to Archie and Lili. I wonder what that's for, the diary of Archie and Lili. I don't know, it's a nice book. But they know that those two will be, and they've got all their branding around that, they will be something that they will be able to monetize.
So, what's a decrowned Duchess to do? Reinvent, darling. Cue the glam squad. Meghan's suddenly doing solo appearances again. Heels higher, brows snatched, talking points tighter. Rumors swirl of private meetings with LA producers and a possible return to the screen. A cameo in Suits the next gen? Don't rule it out. And Harry? He's been sniffing around London, flashing smiles, whispering reconciliation to palace insiders. Not for love, oh no, for legacy, for leverage, for inheritance. They're not folding, they're repositioning. And in Hollywood, that's not survival, it's sport.
Like, we're dealing with what, they're not apart, but we're dealing with an Andy and Fergie post-separation.
Now here's the real royal scandal, cash. The $14 million Montecito mansion doesn't clean itself. Private security? That's not cheap when you're suing tabloids and dodging drones. PR firms, legal retainers, nanny salaries, and let's not even start on wardrobe budgets fit for a duchess who doesn't duchess. And with no new mega deals on the books and old ones fizzling out, the pressure is real. This isn't palace protocol, it's West Coast capitalism, and baby, it bites.
No one in Hollywood rates them anymore or wants to be around them, especially her.
Whispers around town say the once sparkling royal renegades are running low on both juice and juice boxes, if you catch my drift. Insiders say the Sussex sparkle is now more of a dull glimmer. And Netflix just slammed the vault shut. Oh, and the As Ever wine? Let's just say it's aging worse than a reality star's facelift in a wind tunnel. The Montecito image machine is still humming, but honey, the engine's sputtering. And the evidence just keeps adding up. It started like a perfectly scripted PR stunt with a side of royal cosplay. A mid-tier cable actress with a blog and a suitcase of ambition snags the world's most eligible sad boy, Prince Gingerbread himself. Suddenly, she's sipping tea with the Queen and curtsying for clicks. The media went wild. Glossy covers, charity photo ops, a wedding that looked like a Hallmark movie with a Buckingham budget. Oprah came calling. Spotify handed over millions for a podcast that sounded like a TED Talk wrapped in a Pinterest board. But even then, beneath the coordinated neutrals and rescue dog selfies, something felt fake, overproduced, over-rehearsed. The image was flawless because it had to be. And eventually, the filters cracked, and so did the facade. We should have known when the staff turnover hit Olympic relay levels. One personal assistant, gone. Communications head, gone. Nannies, gone. Pals like Jessica Mulroney, muted. You don't just ghost your glam squad without whispers. The problem wasn't just the palace. Some say it was the mirror. Rumblings from ex-employees about diva demands, cold silence in team meetings, and PR strategies that would make Kris Jenner say, honey, tone it down. By 2022, even the sourdough starter at Archewell was allegedly giving up.
They're poised to sign a first look deal, which means nothing, by the way. They'd get absolutely no money.
And then came the flop era. Spotify canceled them faster than a problematic YouTuber. Their animated series Pearl? Axed. That $20 million podcast deal? Dissolved into a mess of ghostwriters and Oprah aftershocks. As Ever wine, supposedly sold out in an hour, but small batch was code for boutique-sized embarrassment. Even Target said, we're good. Netflix reportedly rolled their eyes so hard the boardroom spun. The big Netflix exclusive documentary had one good week, then vanished, like Harry's hairline. The Obamas exited with grace. Meghan and Harry left behind a scorched streaming deal and some very confused executives. As the buzz died, so did the budget.
Getting markled has become slang, synonymous on social media as a term for a personal brand tarnished or hurt by associating with the former senior working royals.
But oh, don't cry for Montecito just yet. The Duchess has new chess pieces. Enter Tracy Robbins, wife of Paramount CEO Brian Robbins. Beyoncé concerts, Bob Marley premieres, charcuterie girl dinners with just enough press coverage. Meghan's not just networking, she's planting seeds in Malibu soil. Word is, she's eyeing a first-look deal with Paramount. Translation, they'll listen politely before ghosting. And let's not forget the silent flutters between Harry and old pals of the palace. Could a reconciliation be afoot? Or just another PR move to court sympathy, and maybe a billionaire for brand revival? But here's where the fairy dust really settles, public perception. Even the most loyal Megxit defenders are going mute. Meme accounts are savage. Flop era is now a genre. The couple's personal brand has shifted from aspirational to exhausting. Media fatigue has set in. People don't hate them, they're just over them. The magic is gone, replaced with cringe. Not even Chrissy Teigen's cookbook club can revive this PR patient. And remember when Meghan said Netflix was her business partner in global vision? That aged like a forgotten avocado in the sun.
There ain't no money. She's not got any money. And they are rip-roaring through Prince Harry's spare royalties. They are rip-roaring through his inheritance from the Queen Mother, not to mention the little nest egg from Princess Diana.
And now comes the icy finale. Murmurs, real murmurs of divergent paths. She's not folding anymore, one insider whispers. She's about to play her hand. Harry, reportedly homesick. Meghan, reportedly booking strategy brunches with everyone but her husband. The hand-holding is now stagey, the synergy shaky, and in her world, failure is just the setup for reinvention. You heard it here first. The fairy tale may not be over, but Act 3 is about to get real messy. Grab your popcorn.
And her commercial actions.
First taste of Meghan's jam. Wow, this is the perfect sour jam. It's not too sweet. I don't like my jams too sweet. This is amazing.
It's so good. It's like I'm eating crushed up raspberries with a hint of lemon, which is very nice and refreshing.
When As Ever launched in early April 2025, it appeared to be an instant hit. Multiple items sold out within 45 minutes. But that early success quickly came under fire. Critics pointed out that product drops were limited, so limited that many believed the sellouts were manufactured. Shoppers were told they could only buy the rosé wine in sets of 3 bottles, totaling $90 without ever tasting it. Meanwhile, pre-orders for items like apricot spread were canceled and refunded after weeks of waiting. Even Meghan's most devoted followers voiced frustration. Refund emails offered apologies and promises of free replacements later, but the damage was done. The strategy of scarcity, which works for luxury fashion, failed here. As branding experts warned, short-term hype doesn't build long-term trust. This brings us to a deeper tension. Meghan and Harry stepped back from royal duties in early 2020, citing the need for independence and privacy. Since then, they've emphasized building a life outside the palace walls. But as Ever evolved, Meghan appeared to pull heavily from the very royal image she had left behind. From launching the brand near Princess Diana's birthday, to invoking traditional British aesthetics in product design, to benefiting from headlines centered not around the brand, but her status as the Duchess of Sussex, it's clear that the royal connection still drives interest. Meghan might not hold royal duties anymore, but As Ever is still cloaked in royal undertones. Experts say that this inconsistency is hurting her credibility. It's not just a marketing choice, it's a contradiction, and the audience is noticing. Another issue is identity. Branding professionals describe As Ever as one of the worst executed celebrity brands they've ever seen, not because of lack of reach, but lack of authenticity. The name As Ever itself means little to most consumers. The brand began as American Riviera Orchard, but was rejected for trademark registration due to its geographic nature. When As Ever was introduced, it was immediately associated with generic visuals and no consistent story. Furthermore, many products appear to be white-labeled from existing suppliers. For example, the herbal teas closely resemble those of Republic of Tea. The cookie mix, reportedly sourced from Williams-Sonoma. This undermines the narrative that Meghan is a hands-on creator and entrepreneur. She markets herself as a modern homemaker, yet branding experts argue she would be better suited embracing her natural role, the disruptor. Meghan was never a Martha Stewart. She was the woman who left the monarchy. That power lies in authenticity, not imitation. So where does this leave As Ever? At a crossroads. Meghan Markle has the spotlight, the audience, the resources, and yes, the name. But without consistency, transparency, and a clear identity, even the most loyal fans will start turning away. This isn't about jam or wine or tea. It's about whether the brand reflects the person, or just the image she thinks people want to see. Until those two things align, As Ever may remain stuck not in timeless elegance, but in a cycle of disappointment.